G'day Year 10, welcome to another short video on how to use some important CAS calculator functionality. Today we're going to be learning how to use the CAS to calculate the gradient of a line segment. And as usual, you'll need to have your CAS calculator ready. You'll get a piece of paper and a pen ready to write down any questions, and you're going to have your finger on the pause button ready to go. Because you're going to be doing the exact same things that I'm doing as I'm doing them, and sometimes you may need to pause the video so you can catch up with me if necessary, and that's an important part of this process. So here we go. So we're going to be finding the gradient of the line segment that joins the 2 points A, -5 and -1, and B, 6 and 8. All right, so let's do it. So as we've done in previous times, we're going to click on our drop-down menu, and if it wasn't already selected, we would select our line segment button. Line segment button which has the X at both ends. All right, we'll click on line segment button, and now we're going to plot our first point, which is -5, -1, which means we go -5 in the X direction and -1 in the Y direction, and we plot our first point. Then we're going to go to B, whose coordinates are 6 and 8. So we're going to go 6 in the X direction, and we're going to go 8 in the Y direction, and there's our line segment. And the beauty about using your CAS to calculate the gradient of this type of line segment is that because he's crossing over axes, it can be a little bit tricky to do the normal rise over run. But what's going to happen here is that our CAS is going to do all that heavy lifting for us. All right, so what we want to do now is click on this select tool, and you're going to want to select your line segment. And you know he's selected because he's gone bold. And like we've talked about before, once the thing that you're interested in analyzing using your CAS, it has gone bold, now you're ready to do something with it, to measure it, to calculate a midpoint of it, that sort of thing. But today we're going to calculate the gradient. So we're going to click on the draw menu. We're going to go down to this measurement item, and we're going to click on slope. And you'll remember that slope is a synonym for gradient. Slope and gradient mean the same thing. So we click on slope, and what do you know? The slope of this line appears at the top of our grid. There's no rise over run required. The slope is 0.82. So if you had any issues following that video, any problems, please let me know. Now I think it's time to do some practice. So you could practice creating your own line segments and calculating the gradient of them, or you could do some out of the textbook, and let me know how you go. I hope this video was helpful.